What's going on, everyone? This is Iris getting you another video out here. This video here is actually going to be about how I got conned into coaching my daughter's soccer team. So basically, my daughter's 5 and my wife went ahead and signed her up for the little community soccer league that we got going on. And just real quick before we start, in the background here is the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta, and I'm using the Vesper, and you'll see I got a couple of good little mini streaks going there. Pretty nice gun, I liked it. Hell of a kick from a distance, but up close and mid, it did the job pretty well. I'm looking forward to getting this gun and using this once November comes and it gets rolled out. So anyway, back to my story. So my wife goes ahead and signs her up, and my wife gets an email, hey, we're looking for coaches, if you know anybody, let us know. So she forwards me the email, and she said, hey, this might be pretty cool for you to try out. She'll love having daddy as the coach. And I said, all right. Now me thinking, no big deal. You just sign up. You say, yeah, I want to coach. And the guy will say, all right, come on down. And you throw the ball in the middle and they run around and you just make sure they don't kill each other. Well, it didn't quite go that way. Apparently, to be a coach, you have to go through, I went through 2 background checks. I had to take a course on concussions. I had to get the team's website ready. I had to communicate with the client and, the parents. Now, mind you, I'm a very, I would say, socially awkward retard. Basically, don't really enjoy being in crowds of people, and if you want to call it socially anxious, we could label it as such. But anyway, leading up something where I have to interact with people like that is not my cup of tea. So I go through all this process. I get everything done. This took about 3 weeks to get done, and during the whole time, I'm dreading doing all of it. I'm dreading having to meet the parents and having to do all this with the first game coming up, and who has cleats and who has shin guards and this and that. So I finally had the coaches meeting the other night, where all the other coaches in the league we met at the local high school, and just to kind of get to know each other and go over typical rules. A lot of it didn't apply to me because I'm doing the kindergarten and first graders, and so there's other intermediate levels. So they were going over the rules and stuff with those guys. Pretty much for me, it's pretty much don't let them kill each other is basically how it came down. So, and it's all girls. So I think I have 11 girls on my team. There's about 8 teams. We have a sponsor, and our sponsor is a dentist. So our team name is the Tooth Fairies. You can imagine what our uniform will look like. I'm sure there'll be a nice picture of a tooth on it. But anyway, going through this process, and I'm actually getting into it. I'm actually looking forward now to the first game, which is tomorrow morning. I didn't think I would. I think I'd be a lot nervous going into it. Not something I'm very used to. But my daughter's really happy that daddy's the coach, and I think there's going to be a little bit of that jealousy. Because if I have to go work with another little girl, and I'm sure there's going to be that going on, because she's the only child right now, so she doesn't, all of my attention is to her. So that's going to be a pretty interesting thing to see what happens. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure some of you that have kids, if you've gone through something like that, if you guys could give me some feedback, let me know. I'm calling it soccer, but some of you guys, I know you call it football. Sorry that my country went ahead and butchered that. But yeah, if you got any feedback on, something that I can do with these kids. Oh, by the way, the session is an hour long, and from what I'm looking at going through it, the first half hour, there's actually a soccer pro who will go through the little dribbling and passing drills with the kids. The second half hour is where we split the kids up, basically in half, and so half of my team will play the half of another team, and the other half of my team will play the half of another team. So it's really about a half hour of actual gameplay. and they're looking to get me a assistant coach so that he can or she can go over there and watch what's going on over there. So but if you guys get any feedback as far as has this happened to you, was it what you expected, was it fun, was it enjoyable, I am really looking forward to it now. So hopefully I'll have a good positive feedback video commentary coming up after this weekend, let you guys know how it went. It's odd because they're looking for like snack coordinators, and they were telling me, obviously it's not really competitive at this age. So, if the little girl's sitting there picking flowers or she's looking at butterflies, just let her do it. But I think it'll be fun. My wife's a teacher, so she's kind of used to that kind of group of kids setting. So she's kind of been helping me out a little bit. But she's actually sitting back and just laughing at me behind the scenes because I think she knew it was a little bit more involved, and I think she knew that it wasn't my comfort zone. And, speaking of comfort zones, like doing this YouTube thing kind of takes me out of my comfort zone as well, because I was very nervous doing my first few commentaries, but as I've been doing them, I believe I'm getting a little bit more confident in them, especially the topics that I talk about. My videos are getting a little bit longer. I'm not doing so much editing in them as far as cutting them up with the depths and this and that, because I'm able to get subjects that I'm comfortable talking about to lengthen the video a little bit. So and let me guys know if that's reflective. Some of you that have watched some of my first videos and you're taking a look at some of these now, let me know how they've been going, especially the new series that I've been working on, that I've got 3 editions out now. The They Asked So I Answered. I think that's going to work out pretty well for me. It's a nice series. I know Jive Turkey retweeted one of my replies to him, so I know these guys are looking at him, and I appreciate all that. One other thing I wanted to touch on this while I got a little bit of time left, there's a couple minutes left in the video. The Black Ops 3 beta, again, I'm using the Vesper here. I was talking to, going back and forth with Soldier a little bit, how and Jive about, are the weapons going to be good? What weapon classes are going to, and specialists and this and that. And, I'm kind of at the point right now where it's like I played the beta and I'm really holding out judgment on anything having to do with the game, because you just don't know how it's going to play come November when they release it. Not only that, but how it's going to play, because everybody assumes there's going to be a patch probably during that first week anyway. So I'm really kind of just holding out judgment. Like, I don't think what I used and how I played is going to be definitely what I use and how I play once the game's released and that week 1 patch comes out. So let me know how you guys feel about that. I'm sure a lot of you agree, that they've already tweaked a lot of things, especially on the Xbox side, that we didn't get a chance to use. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out, especially I was looking forward to using the rejack, but now, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a usable specialist or not. So we'll see how that all turns out when they get this rolled out. And I'm gonna just play it and just find what's comfortable for me, and abuse the hell out of it. And as I get a little bit of comfortable during the game, that's when I'll start looking forward to trying out different things. But I'm hopeful that the game's going to be pretty much balanced. I was letting Jive know that, where I don't think there's going to be an overwhelmingly overused or overpowered class. I think each of the classes so far had pretty good balance with 1 or 2 weapons in each one. So we'll see how it all turns out. So the video is coming to an end here. You see we took the loss, but I tried to do my part. That's the way it goes, especially with the beta. I'll look forward to getting the video on how everything went tomorrow with the soccer / football. And I look forward to getting that out probably early in the week. Shouldn't take too long to get it out. It'll be a nice quick short one, let you guys know how it went. And you see that right there, 21 kills, 18 confirms, 3 denies. Not bad kill confirmed. So I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Thanks a lot for listening. Later.